and shoot at it.
Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just gonna call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my.
So yeah, man, it's been a lot of policies, movies, songs. They're tearing the household apart because that, divide and conquer, it's a lot of stuff that's separating us. We got this partisan politics, we got these culture wars, and then we have this thing that's happening between the genders. And it's a war of the genders. And it's not by coincidence, man. This was incentivized. You had the independent woman deal going around. You have these policies in place related to child support, related to like spousal support and food stamps that are tearing the household apart because the woman has incentives to not have the man there. She can get paid. She can have 3 baby daddies and be getting income from all 3 of them, and food stamps. You got a lot of stuff like that. And then on the other end, you got the high end part of it that still has the same result of I get degrees and I make more money than, the man I'm with is supposed to make more money than me. He's supposed to pay all the bills. He's supposed to be 6'2". He's supposed to be a gentleman and a gangster. All of this stuff that's really just like a knight in shining armor. Like it's a fairy tale. And the women, they get to a certain level, they make a certain amount of money, and now most men are just not good enough for them. Their husband doesn't make as much money as they do, whatever. They feel like they don't need them or whatever, or they need to find a man that makes more money or whatever it is. So on both ends of the spectrum, you have this same thing that's happening, these pressures that are driving a wedge into the household, And like I say, it's divide and conquer. You got these people paying bills. You got men paying bills at multiple households. You got their kids spread out in multiple households. They got, it's the husband and the wife are in separate homes, and the kids bounce back and forth or whatever. And it's like, you have to pay more now. You got to pay all the bills now. You want it to be selfish and you want it to be controlling. You want it to be greedy, but you were incentivized to be that way though. That's one thing I have to say in your defense. And they play on your vices. They play on your ills. They play on your, your sins, and they slide in onto your ego and, your jealousy, your envy, any of that stuff, your gluttony. They slide in there and they use that to basically destroy the household. A nation is made up of households, bro. Like the nation is only as strong as the household. bro. So like you make the people weak when you weaken the household, and you weaken the household by breaking up marriages, by breaking up families, having them fighting against each other instead of fighting together. I mean, it's really simple, but it's like I think a lot of people don't see it because they've been blinded by the narrative. It get sold to them over and over again. Every commercial they see on TV, every movie, every song, and every damn that like you get punished for doing what's right and staying together and building a foundation. You know, you face all kinds of hardships, and you face ridicule, and you face scrutiny, you face ostracization, you know people making fun of you, laughing at you, making jokes, making comments. It says, that grass is not, it looks greener until you find out it's turf. We all need each other. Drop the ego. We do. We need each other. Men compliment women. Women compliment men. It's like the wall socket and the plug. Both of them are useless until you plug them together and they fit each other. The parts fit each other and they complement each other and they work together. Like they need each other to function properly. And that's what men and women are. It says, why do y'all try so hard to make women settle and not try to make the men better? Was it not possible for him to grow with her? Imagine if he matched or exceeded her. Bro, are you not listening to what the woman is saying? Or sis, are you not listening to what the woman is saying? She's saying she should have stayed with her husband, you know, even though she was making more money, even though she had 2, 3 degrees. She said it would have been better if she would have stayed with him and build something with him. So yes, she can make him better. He can better himself. But we can do this together. It doesn't have to be a competition. If you're looking at it like, why can't the man be better? Then your ass is going to be alone, still looking for that knight in shining armor guy that doesn't exist. Or if he does exist, he's the 1%. So the chances are you're not going to have that guy. And I'm not telling you that you should settle. Go for what you know. Get what you know you deserve. But if you find somebody that really loves you, like, and really wants to build with you, then that is the ultimate goal. Not finding somebody that makes more money than you. That's how you end up in an abusive relationship, in a toxic. The ultimate goal should be to be with somebody that cares about you and wants to build with you, not how much he's making or whatever. There's a lot of things that are breaking the household up. These women, they can find the jobs. They get hired on the jobs. A lot of these guys are qualified, but they don't get hired on these jobs. And I've seen this myself. I mean, it's just a hard thing to try to explain to people. Like in the corporate world, in some circumstances, you have a situation where the man is a threat. Okay, he's a threat in the situation, so they prefer to have someone that's not a threat, and they look at the female as not a threat. So then they give her this position because they feel like she's not a threat. I'm not making excuses for men. I'm not. There's a reason why things are the way that they are, and it's to wedge the household. And if you have this competition way of thinking, then you're gonna be alone. Is what you're gonna be. Not, and they win. Corporations win. because you're alone. And now you need somebody, you need something to fill that space. So you use the corporations to fill that space when it could have been your man, even though he wasn't making as much as you. Y'all could have been building. Who makes the most money should not be what's important. I mean, I don't know. It says her marriage was the definition of unequally yoked, and is why she lost respect for him. To have stayed with him would have been to settle and would have broken her down. The new woman clearly has lower standards. So this person, this is another person that's not hearing what this lady is saying. Okay. And that equally yoked thing is so stupid. That's so dumb. Where the hell did that shit come from? Like, oh my God. That is really, really dumb. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive, but that is dumb. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I've heard that equally yoked thing, and it's so dumb. Like, I tried to understand it. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, but I ultimately came to the conclusion that it was just silly. She's to have stayed with him would have been to settle. So, okay, yeah, settle for somebody who loves and cares for you and wants to build with you. Don't, if that's what you call settling, then okay, and that's a good thing. Talking about would have broken her down. So she should be lonely and crying into her pillow and alone. That's the right decision to make because the guy isn't making enough money. Another comment says, "Side once again, DL brand team, you're resharing anti-black women sound bites. Y'all just can't keep black women's names out of your mouth." Shaking my head. Resharing anti-black women sound bites. I don't know, man. This is coming from a black woman, and she's just saying, she should have stayed with her husband. It's not an anti-woman deal. Is it anti-woman for women to want to stay married to their husband? Is that anti-woman? So you're not a feminist enough if you want to stay married to your husband. You're supposed to want to be single and miserable and crying in your pillow at night. It says, even in the comments, folks allergic to accountability. I'm telling you. It says, she see her mistake and took accountability. Most people won't admit it because of pride, but it sure takes courage to admit. And it's off to this lady saying that she should have stayed with her husband. Yeah, the younger women don't want to hear it, and they're going to make the same mistakes she made and come to the same conclusion she made. Then they're going to be older, and their freaking options going to be limited as hell. It says, people look at the comments at the woman who arguing about this video. They're the ones who are going to be making this video in 10 to 20 years. That's pretty much exactly what I just said. It says, all I hear is I'm stupid and left my husband for superficial reasons. Well, I mean, she's admitting it, and that's not stupid. That's smart. That shows knowledge. Like wisdom, actually, is a better word. She's gained wisdom. So listen to her and don't make the same mistakes that she made. She's sharing it. That's a gift. The comment says, collecting bodies and losing value, profound. Another one says, she sat back and reflected. She realized after it was all said and done that she wasn't going to find a man better than her husband or a man that loved her the same as her husband. That's why God should lead your marriage, because you're going to be lost within the marriage. It takes a real woman to acknowledge this, process all the mistakes, and admit them in camera, to talk about it with maybe a woman thinking and possibly feeling the same way. Talk about run-on sentences. It says, ma'am, that's your story, your choice are on you. This is not a billboard for anyone else. Every relationship is unique. Do what is best for you. Stop buying into this high value, low value body count BS and live to seek your own happiness and peace wherever you find it. Some people don't belong in relationships or marriages at all. and some can't be without them. People are individuals. Please stop getting life advice from strangers on the internet. Yeah, I think this person is again trying to, find ways around what this lady is saying here. So some people shouldn't be in relationships. I guess you can say that. I mean, but it's better when there's somebody else there, especially someone that cares about you. It says, I talk to women all day in the salon, and I've never met a woman that divorced her husband for these reasons. Usually they work and try and work and don't get anywhere with their husbands. They're doing life alone long before the word divorce even come up because their men aren't doing life with them. I mean, I'm sure there are situations that's true. I mean, a toxic relationship is a toxic relationship, and you should get out. No situations you should, even if you are married, yes, you should get a divorce if you're in a toxic relationship. But I don't think that's what she's talking about here. I mean, I guess the relationship was toxic, but it was because of her and her attitude on, I make more money than him now, so I need to find somebody else. Comment says, you set that man free. God bless him. I'm happy for him. Says feminist movement effed it up for women now. Another one that says, so unhappy because she's still in competition with her husband. She see his thriving with someone who appreciates him and he's not in shambles. She thought he could survive without her and that he was beneath her in the marriage. Yep, I've been there. I'm about to have to wrap it, y'all.
Looks like we got us another hit.
Just think about the fact that Harriet Tubman